Make I ask you, don ever get visitor wey refuse to leave? No, no, I no dey talk about dat cousin wey overstays during Christmas. I mean person wey pack in con dey act like Queen of Sheba for your own kingdom. My darling, grab your chin chin and sit properly, because what I'm about to tell you, it will make your eyebrows touch your hair tie. My name is Aunty Gistina. Yes, so the hottest gist giving aunty in town. If you haven't heard from me, my dear, you haven't heard gist at all. And today, I am bringing you the full drama, heartbreak, and deliverance of our dear sister Omolara. You better listen well, because this one, it touches the bone marrow. Make we enter the matter. Our sister Omolara, fine woman, full of life, joy and hope. At 32, she was already a proud mother of two beautiful children, Tunde the thinker and Bukola the dancer. Married to Kayode for 8 solid years. Not the fake marriage o, real butter toast type of marriage. They met in university doing that love at first sight thing in the library. You know that one where your eyes lock and everything else goes blurry like Nollywood flashback. That's how it started. They used to spend hours talking, books, dreams, music. Kayode would play guitar and sing Sweet Mother for fun. They laughed a lot, prayed together, and shared chores like modern day lovebirds. Kayode even knew how to plait Bukola's hair sometimes. It was sweet, soft, and smooth. They built their home with prayer and patience, but every good soup must taste fire. E started like a joke o. One day Kayode said, "Mommy wants to visit us from the village just for a few weeks." Omolara smiled. She said, "No problem, family is family." She even rushed to repaint the guest room and laid out fresh towels and wrapper for Mama. Mama arrived, entered like a queen with her matching Ankara and gele. From the gate she said, the compound is neat, but why do you have 2 flower pots instead of 4? Omolara laughed it off, but my dear, that laughter didn't last, because Mama had not come to visit. Mama came to inspect, criticize, and eventually conquer. The next morning, Omolara woke up to the sound of yam pounding. Not blending o, real mortar and pestle style. Mama had woken up before 5 a.m. and had entered the kitchen with full force. The stew Omolara made the night before, gone. Mama said it smelled like Oyibo food. She started cooking her own version of native soup. The whole kitchen was turned upside down. Mama brought her local pot, new spatula, and even started boiling herbs for cleansing. She said, "This modern house must be renewed." And that was just day one. The following days were even worse. Mama rearranged the pantry. She labeled in her own handwriting, yam flour, egusi, dry fish, as if she was setting up a provisions store. She said it was for, quotes, easy access. She even tried to change the wall clock position. In her culture, clocks should face east for prosperity. Who told her that? You see, before Mama arrived, Omolara and Kayode used to cuddle like roasted corn and pear. But after 2 weeks, the warmth began to disappear. Mama would knock on their door at 6 a.m. sharp. "Kayode, come and take hot water for bathing." Who sends hot water to a grown man? Sometimes, when Omolara tried to sit beside Kayode on the sofa, Mama would call him, "Come and help me look for my phone," a phone that was always inside her wrapper. She would whisper things to him, subtle things, poison wrapped in love. "Your wife is too forward," she said one day. "She doesn't kneel properly when greeting me." Kayode began to change. No more back rubs, no more little kisses on the forehead, just silence and side eyes. Then came the late night calls with Mama's sisters. Long calls, family meetings disguised as checking up. Omolara was beginning to feel like a tenant in her own home. Mama's kitchen rules were like boarding school law. She said gas is dangerous, so she insisted on using charcoal. Imagine Omolara, a working class woman, squatting in front of a coal pot at 7 p.m. after work. She threw away the olive oil, saying it smells like candle. She accused Omolara of feeding her grandchildren tasteless white people food. Every meal became a battle. One day, Omolara made jollof rice. Mama took one spoon and said, "Ah, this one is colored rice, not jollof," and she poured it into the bin. Jesus. The kitchen was no longer a place of joy, it became a battlefield. Mama even started leaving notes, handwritten memos on how to peel yam, how to sweep, and even how to hang wet clothes. She said, "This house needs proper structure." Tunde and Bukola began to change. They were once free, bubbly children, but under Mama's rule, they became timid. No more TV, no more snacks, no more bedtime stories, just lectures and scolding. Bukola once wore a cartoon pyjama and Mama shouted, "Why is she dressed like masquerade?" The child cried for 2 hours. Tunde once played with toy guns and Mama declared that he was becoming a criminal. These are small children, no? They began to fear their grandmother more than they loved her. And Omolara, her heart broke daily watching her children lose their spark. Even their drawings became darker. Gone were the suns and smiley faces. Now they drew thunder and frowns. Omolara began to fade. Slowly, silently, she would cook, clean, smile politely, but inside she was a volcano. She stopped attending a women's fellowship. She stopped going out with friends. She even stopped wearing makeup. Her favorite dress, dusty. Her laugh disappeared. Kayode didn't notice. He was too busy playing Son of the Year. Omolara cried in the shower every night, but you see, pain has a breaking point. She started journaling. Her diary was soaked in tears. One entry read, "I miss myself." That morning, the children were crying because they didn't want to eat Mama's pepper soup. Omolara tried to make toast and egg instead. Mama exploded. "You are teaching my grandchildren to be spoilt. No wonder your generation is useless." Something snapped. Omolara stood tall, wiped her hands and said, "Enough. Madam, I am done tolerating this nonsense. You may be Kayode's mother, but I am the mother of this home, and I deserve respect." The silence that followed was legendary. Even the wall clock stopped ticking. Mama blinked, stunned. Kayode walked in at that exact moment like a Nollywood actor entering Act 3. Kayode came home that night and met his wife curled up in the corridor, eyes swollen. She didn't scream. She just whispered, "I am losing myself." He listened properly for the first time. He saw the hollow in her eyes, the children too scared to play, and he realized he had failed his wife. That night, he sat Mama down and said, "Mommy, we need space for my marriage, for my children, for my sanity." Mama protested, cried, and called his aunties, but he stood firm. He reminded her, "You taught me to protect my home. This is me doing exactly that." They rented a beautiful flat for Mama, decorated it with her favorite colors, bought her new TV, new furniture. They assured her she was loved but needed her own space. Mama didn't like it at first, but eventually she adjusted. She visits occasionally, under rules, with respect. Omolara got her kitchen back. Her joy is back. Even her glow returned like a sunrise after heavy rain. Her laughter now echoes in the house again. The air smells like jollof and vanilla candles. Now, peace, laughter, romance. Kayode is now more intentional. The children are happy again. Omolara wears her favorite dress and does TikTok with Bukola. The family is stronger. Boundaries save them. Amolara even started counseling other young wives going through the same struggle. She found purpose in her pain. So, my dear women and men, listen to Aunty Gistina. Love your in laws, but protect your peace. Your marriage is your sanctuary, not a wrestling ring. And to my dear sisters, if your mother in law is giving you high blood pressure, speak up before your blood turns into zobo. And to the men out there, cleave to your wife, not your mother's apron. I am Aunty Gistina. The drama doesn't find me. I carry it with grace and gist. Until next time, don't forget, even the best stew needs space to simmer.